These activists can't seem to keep their hands to themselves and just have to get into every damn thing that is imaginable. All the way from movies to the actual source material of the books, without having these activists going after the books of James Bond that are 70 years old. People are this sensitive in this day and age that we are now having books being edited that have been out for 70 years. That is just absolutely crazy. If you don't want to support literature that was written in a different time period, then simply just don't buy the damn book. It's that simple, but these people can't get their heads wrapped around that. A report indicates that Ian Fleming's ribald James Bond books have been rewritten to accommodate 21st century sensitivities, removing a number of racial references ahead of the 70th anniversary this spring. The Sunday Telegraph reported the books are expected to be republished in April. Everything in this day and age has to accommodate this small group of individuals because now we have people in power that are just doing that and trying to satisfy them. Having history being rewritten and changed. And during this time period, the culture was different. In today's day and age, it is nothing like it was before when these books were published. If you don't like the words that were used back then don't read the words if it offends you from a book that was written 70 years ago. It's that simple. Yet, these people continue to focus all their time and energy on things like this rather than important issues that are causing harmful effects in today's real world. With this, they're taking all 14 books that Ian Fleming's made of the James Bond series from Casino Royale all the way to Octopussy. That's 30 years worth of material that is being censored. Then you have How to Kill a Mockingbird, which has similar offensive language in it as well, which is still taught in schools to this day. Also keep in mind that How to Kill a Mockingbird was released during the same time period as Ian Fleming's works. I also find it hard to believe that there are actual jobs out there that require sensitivity readers. What the actual hell? You can't just get normal people to read it. Oh wait, then they won't find things to be so sensitive because they aren't snowflakes. And apparently there's been an increase in scrutiny when it comes to the publishing industry. It's funny because I haven't seen any form of backlash when it comes to this industry except when you have these activist groups that are so minuscule calling these publishers out and not the general public because the general public have other important matters that require attention and not books that were written in a different time period. If anything, they're only going to increase the original James Bond books even further. But yet, these are the same people that won't provide scrutiny when it comes to schools having inappropriate books available to young children. These people love that shit and would praise those schools for doing it. I don't know what reality we were in, but in this reality, we were apparently having damn disclaimers in books. And the disclaimers in the new editions of the Bond books goes as is. This book was written at a time when terms and attitudes which might be considered offensive by modern readers were commonplace. A number of updates have been made in this edition while keeping as close as possible to the original text and the period in which it is set. This has to be a joke. People are this sensitive that we are now having disclaimers in books. And if that's the case, these activists are going to need to do a lot of disclaimers when it comes to past works. If anything, books that do contain offensive language should be a reminder to us as a society as how far we have come. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up changing James Bond from having him be this white masculine male to something completely different because everything has to be changed by the woke mob in order to appease them. For all I know, he could slowly start to turn into a femboy. If that does happen, then that isn't James Bond anymore. That is someone completely different. And we have seen this with Daniel Craig's James Bond, having his character being much more emotional and sensitive, and God knows what they have in store for the next James Bond series. With all that in mind, I'd like to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.